Alrighty, what's going on, guys? Happy Saturday night. Hope everything is going well in your lives, in your businesses. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to sell remodeling projects to homeowners. Okay, so I've had some incredible opportunities to talk to some really cool remodeling companies all across the country. Also, I'm working with a couple here locally, helping them refine their sales process, and it has just been incredible. Lots of fun. And I'm seeing some interesting patterns in this industry, some false perceptions, some interesting patterns. So today we're going to cut right through the BS and we're going to talk about how to sell more remodeling projects to homeowners, and especially sell the remodeling projects that you want to sell. You know, not all the little ones that will suck your energy and drain your business, but ones that will actually make you money and help you grow as a business. Okay, so let's talk about this. There is a massive false perception in this industry. So a lot of times when an estimator or whoever's doing the sales goes out to a customer's home, the customer in the estimator's mind, it's like, okay, this customer is either serious and they appreciate quality contractors and they're going to buy, or they're not going to buy. They're just, there's nothing I can really do to convince them. They're just going to kind of be, maybe they were a tire kicker or something like that. And I see this over and over again, and it is a toxic belief pattern that, oh, when I don't sell the job, oh, that's just because they were, they had something going on. It just was never going to happen. And then if I do sell the job, oh, well, I'm a great salesman and I can, make this awesome thing. I see that so many times, and it's the most ridiculous thing. It's like when I sell a job, it's like, oh, I can sell customers, as long as the customers are serious and as long as they're really good quality lead, I'm an amazing salesman. And then if the customer doesn't buy, oh, well, that was never a good lead to start with. They were never that serious, okay? So there's this perception and almost this binary conclusion that the customer is either going to buy or they're not going to buy, okay? And it's just very difficult to make progress, because if you really think that, then it's like, oh, well, I just need leads that are super high quality, and then everything will be perfect and everything will be dandy, right? What if your competitors get the same leads though, right? What if they do talk to a few people? And let's assume that your quality is the same and your pricing is similar. Who is the customer going to go with? At the end of the day, the customer is going to spend money somewhere. Like when we used to advertise for HVAC, we would have our clients sometimes complain about the leads and say, oh, well, the leads, these people just aren't serious, man. I don't know if it's Facebook leads coming in, but these people aren't serious and, they don't want to spend money. And then sometimes we'd go back and call back old leads for them. And guess what? A ton of those leads said, oh, yeah, we already got someone done for the project, right? So the leads, let me give you some context. The leads had reached out and they didn't get a hold of them. Nothing really, like they didn't do a ton of follow-up, didn't get a hold of them initially. And then some time passed. And then we called the leads back after some time passed. And within that time window, the leads had gone and bought the project from somebody else. The leads were spending the money. They were serious about the project. It was simply the company that failed to do the proper follow-up, to show the proper care, to show the proper desire of wanting that lead's business, that those leads didn't go with that company, okay? So this is the perception, all right, that it's either binary. If they're good leads, they'll buy from me. If they're not good leads, they won't buy from me. Whatever inkling of that mentality you have in your head needs to be completely shattered, rewritten, if you want to succeed in sales, if you want to succeed in business, because you can't believe this BS, all right? It is total BS. Let's look at the truth, okay? Here's the reality, okay? There is a small percentage of customers that will pretty much are going to go with you one way or another. So, they have the money. They already have their finances in check. If they're getting financing from somewhere, if they have it in their savings, they've heard great things about your company, stuff like that. They've been referred and they already trust you, and they're pretty much going to buy no matter what. So you could go in there, not do a great job on your presentation, stuff like that, but they'll still pretty much buy from you, okay? On the bottom end of the spectrum, there is a percentage of customers that will not buy from you. Either they can't afford it, they couldn't even get approved for credit if they want to. They've already kind of made up their mind, and nothing you could do would convince them, okay? There is probably somewhat of a percentage in there, okay? But here's this interesting part. Here is this whole middle section of leads that may or may not go with you, depending on how you treat them in the sales process and depending on how you help them overcome any friction that they might be dealing with, okay? So a lot of contractors, I hear this a lot. Like, oh, well, if my customers were interested in financing, then they'll just go get their own, right? If they were serious, they would have moved forward on the project already. Okay, and there are so many things that can cause friction and cause someone not to want to buy from you. Okay, that you actually have control over. So let's look at some of those things. The first thing might be they start on the project and then maybe you email the estimate a week later or something like that. And while they're deciding, while they're thinking about it, they have to look through tons, maybe 5 different estimates from different contractors they've gotten, and their brains are working so hard to try to figure out which contractor is the best to go with. Who do they actually believe is going to deliver that project for them? And so most people try to do this in a logical way where they're, scanning the different estimates. But now, whenever they think about creating their project or getting their project done, guess what? Anxiety, right? I don't want to have to think about this right now. I'm going to push it off a little bit, push it off a little bit. And then some kind of life situation comes up, that affects it in some way. Maybe their kid from college comes back and moves into the home, or, maybe they just have some life stuff going on and they just don't want to get the project done right now. Okay. But if you had helped them get through that friction by giving them every opportunity to, like maybe coming with some kind of a PDF or a little booklet they can look through to look through your reviews, maybe by just listening to them so carefully and making sure you're answering any questions they have and actually educating them about the remodeling process. Maybe you make it easy for them to see that you are the ideal choice, that you're the ideal choice to go with. Okay. Because the reality is, guys, a lot of those people that don't buy from you are super high quality leads, and a lot of them are paying other contractors that are charging way more than you are. So I don't want to hear it. I hear so many excuses. Oh, well, I don't want to do pricing with someone on the spot because it's going to make them uncomfortable. I don't want to, customers aren't going to commit to a time for a follow-up decision call. All right. And then I talk to this guy over here who's literally telling me, oh, yeah, that's our exact sales process. We go in and we do an estimate on the spot and we walk them through the 3D model and we do that on the spot. So I don't want to hear that it can't be done. Okay. Whenever you don't make a sale, the best way to get better at your sales process is to assume, what did I do or what could I have done better that would have resulted in that sale? And then you'll find all these little tweaks, all these little things you can do to make your sales process better and get that middle spectrum. Because in reality, guys, there is massive opportunity. I hear, like, it's so easy when you've been in business for a while to be like, oh, well, I've been in business for 10 years, right? But someone like me, listen, I've gotten to talk to hundreds of different people who've been in business for 5-10 years. So I see contractors, a lot of you guys I talk to, like, I see contractors who are doing things in an amazingly much better way, much higher closing rate, at better margins. And the biggest belief difference is, okay, the market, I have to kind of do what the market wants to do, right? I have to kind of, like, if this is what people are charging in the market for a remodeling project, the average remodeling project for a kitchen, let's say it's around 20 or 30K. Okay, I have to be somewhere in the middle to kind of stay competitive and make as much as I can at the same time, right? So one thought pattern is I have to kind of follow and do what the market does. The other thought pattern is this: how can I get the market to do what I need it to do that works for my business model? How can I create enough value and help people see that value enough so that they're willing to pay the prices that I need to thrive for my business? So it's either, how do I give the market what it wants and keep as much as I can, is the wrong belief pattern to have. And the right belief pattern to have is, how can I get the market to kind of do what I want it to do in a way that's beneficial for my business? Okay. So hopefully this inspired you guys. There is so much opportunity there. So listen, if you think you have your sales process figured out, if you think, oh, I'm doing okay, I just need more quality leads, just so you know, I'm talking to people all across the country who are freaking killing it. Like, if you think you're doing well, just always look for those ways to improve, because I'm telling you, there is massive opportunity when you just start taking those little steps to see how you can improve. So thanks, guys. We're going to be doing new content about once a week here. Hopefully you learned something from this. Comment below, smash the notification bell, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.